Know your worth so you'll never have to find your worth. Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel, Life with Dario. I am Dario for anybody that is new, and if you are new here, hey girl, hey, I hope you consider joining the family. So definitely don't forget to like, comment, and share so that we can continuously grow this family. You guys, I am so sorry I've been gone for so long. Y'all know I'm planning this wedding, my job relocated, so it's been a lot on me, but I'm back better than ever, so I hope you guys forgive me. But before we get into it, these are my nails. I'll be also showing them in a vlog because I feel like the sun is just not going to pick it up how I need it to, but it's basically a blue ombre with flames. I'll try to insert a photo of it. So y'all, let's get straight into it. So as y'all know, your girl got her notes because we need to stay on topic. So I know y'all saw that title and like, dang girl, you been gone for some time, you just gonna throw that on us? Yes y'all. So let's get into it. So if you don't know, my father has been deceased. I don't think I've really disclosed it on this channel, but yes, my father has been deceased for quite some time. So it has definitely been it has definitely been challenging as far as navigating life, how I feel about myself, how I go about things, and how I handle personal relationships, and whether it's with family, friends, or a relationship like with my fiance. I have learned a lot thanks to therapy. I have learned a lot about love and what I was doing that became very detrimental to me as an individual myself, and I learned a lot where it stemmed from. So one of the things that not having my father did to me was I did not love myself correctly. I had very low self-esteem. I would do things that would be more harmful to myself than be beneficial. Like, it would help me feel good in that moment, but it would not help me in the long term. Like, I would end up actually hurting myself more than I thought that I was. For instance, having people that did not deserve my body. Not being able to look at myself in the mirror and love the person that I saw. Not being able to be proud of myself and my accomplishments, and always beating myself up about things. I am in therapy again, but it has definitely helped me realize where some of this comes from. So tying into not knowing how to love myself correctly, and not loving myself, and not receiving that love from the person that I should have received that love from, because he's obviously not here, I went looking for love in the wrong places. So whenever you tell a man, for anybody who didn't grow up with their dad or doesn't have the best relationship with their dad, you can probably attest to this, but I've noticed whenever you tell a man that you don't have your dad, you didn't grow up with your dad, it's like they have this different viewpoint of you. Like, it just kind of comes off like, well, I don't really have to give her a lot because she don't know what it's like to be loved by a man anyways. Normally, as a girl, you are taught by your dad how you're supposed to be loved on, how you're supposed to be treated, and when you don't have that, you don't know what to expect. So you go looking for the love that you thought you would have gotten from your dad through these men, and a lot of them will use that to their own advantage. And I have gotten hurt a lot. When I mean a lot, because of that. Because I didn't know how I was supposed to be loved on. I didn't know what receiving love looked like from another man. I did grow up with my brother. And I did grow up with my grandfather, but he is also deceased and has been deceased for quite some time. My brother, he went off to college when I was in middle school. I want to say 7th grade year. So I wasn't really interested in boys at that time. So I never really even thought of asking my brother of like, how should a man treat me? What does love look like coming from the opposite sex? So I never even thought about asking him that. I was never taught that, so I always went looking for it in all the wrong ways. And when you go looking for it in all the wrong ways, you're not going to find what you're looking for. You're going to end up having sex with you should have never had sex with. You're going to end up doing things for them that they wouldn't do for you. You're going to end up with all this years of freaking trauma that you have to sit there and go through with somebody else and pay somebody to help you get through and heal from that trauma, so that you don't, God forbid, affect your kids or your actual next partner, like your actual husband or wife. So that goes into, sorry y'all, I'm looking at my notes. That ties into the next thing, is accepting the bare minimum when it came to relationships. Y'all, I don't care. I hope nobody judges me for what I'm about to say, because we being vulnerable, we being real here for a second. I didn't start getting flowers like that from a man until I got with my fiance. I started dating my fiance 2 years ago. So I spent several years prior to that feeling like I had to beg somebody to do something, or they would have to do it just because they felt like they had to. And it's sad when I think back up to it. It's sad that I realized I was giving my body to men that weren't taking me on dates. That I have had men that didn't buy me flowers. I have had men that have made me feel less than about myself. And I spent years doing that to myself. I spent years staying in situations with men that I shouldn't have stayed in. I remember, quick story time, there was one particular ex. It was Valentine's Day. And I didn't have a lot of money, but I still got him something for Valentine's Day. And I was at his house. And instead of him getting me something, we went to the store. So instead of him getting me something, he didn't get me absolutely nothing for Valentine's Day. I had a whole attitude. I still went in that kitchen and cooked, and I look back and I'm like, girl, why would you do that to yourself? And when I finally built up the courage after talking on the phone with my mom and my sister and talking crap, when I finally built up the courage and told him how I felt, he was like, yeah, you're right, I should have got you something. I was like, bro, you literally could have even just went to Dollar Tree, got me some fake flowers, a little teddy bear from them, and my favorite candy, and a card, and I would have been happy. That all together would have probably cost you no more than $5, $6, because at the time this was still a Dollar Tree, not a $1.25 tree. And it's so sad that I had to say it like that. Do y'all know we didn't go on a real date for several months when we were dating? Several months. And then when we finally did, he was like, yeah, you do deserve this. And I'm like, bro, I've been deserved this. I didn't ask you to talk to me. I didn't beg you for none of this stuff. And had I had that love from my dad, I don't feel like I would have ever accepted nothing like that from nobody at all. Because you had the money to afford your habit, but you didn't have $5 to spare to get me something for Valentine's Day. If I can give any advice to any little girl, especially if you're young now, whether you're in your 20s, 16, 17, whatever, and you are dating, whether you are dating a man or a woman, if they want to, they will. You will never have to beg nobody to do nothing for you that truly loves and care about you. The moment you find yourself having to ask them to do anything, walk away. Spare yourself wasting a year, 2, 3, 10, 20 years of your life spending on that one person, and go wait for the person that God actually has for you. You will save yourself so much hurt. You will save yourself the insecurity that you might build up. You will save yourself all that years of anger that you're going to have to undo. You will save yourself so much trauma by just knowing your worth. Know your worth so you'll never have to find your worth. Okay? That ties into, y'all, I developed serious anger problems. I have other stuff that contributed to it, but I developed anger problems. I developed abandonment issues. I used to allow myself to get so attached to people so easily, and I would push them out of my life because I was afraid that they would leave the same way how my dad did. He left this earth. You get what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, my mama left my daddy, but he left this earth. There is so much more that ties into like with my dad, but that's just too personal and I don't think I would ever disclose that. But because he left this earth without like me being able to build a serious bond or relationship with him, I developed really bad abandonment issues, and I felt like everybody one day would just end up leaving me. So I would naturally get attached to people very quickly, but then because of my fear of they're probably going to end up leaving me too, I'd push them away. And I did that for so long that even in the relationship that I am in now, I struggle with that because I don't know, and it's so sad, but I've always wanted to be loved on correctly, but nobody talks about when you do finally find a person that is meant to love on you the way how you deserve to be loved, how hard it is to accept the love from that person. We've been together for 2 years, y'all, and I am still battling with accepting the love that my fiance is trying to give to me. I don't know how to accept it, and I want to. And I'm working on it and realizing this man is not your enemy. He is here to love on you and love on you properly. You may have not been loved on anybody else, but the love that you were always seeking, the love that you were always begging others to give to you and looking for in other people, he's giving you without you having to beg for it. And that's my advice as well to anybody who is still struggling with this. There is somebody out there for you that is going to love on you the way how you need to and should have been loved on years ago. And just because you didn't know your worth in the past does not make you any less than now. Now you just know what not to do and what not to accept. And trust me, you are going to look back and be proud of yourself. And I am proud of you for admitting that there is a problem. And I am proud of you for actually wanting to start putting in the work. Because, baby, it's very rewarding once you start putting in that work. Anyways, give me 1 second. The last thing I want to touch on that I struggled with not having my dad is I looked for love in all the wrong places. When I mean all the wrong places, I mean literally all the wrong places. You ever hear that saying, like your mama be like, oh, don't look for love. You look for love in all the wrong places. You don't know nothing about love. You don't know nothing about love. Baby, I don't. And I wish somebody would have taught me about love. I wish somebody would have taught me that this is not what love is. At all. This is not what love is. This is how you're supposed to be loved. Do y'all know that I didn't know nothing about chivalry? Period. Like, I didn't know nothing about no man supposed to be walking on the opposite side of you. I had grown so accustomed to opening my own door that when another man would open the door for me, I was shocked. My sister's dad was the first person to ever teach me that you don't get in no man's car without them opening the door for you. I mean, it was years later. I wish I would have learned that way before. But now, oh baby, I'm waiting for you to open that door. I'll sit and wait. I still kind of battle with it now. But I'm learning to sit and wait and allow a man to be a man. Like I said, I have come so far from where I used to be, thanks to God, thanks to therapy, and I am very thankful for that. Don't give up on yourself. Don't think that you won't get better. Don't think that there's not somebody out there that will love you correctly, because it's out there for you, boo. But I hope to see you guys in my vlog this weekend. Stay beautiful, stay blessed, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.